this lesson we are going to learn how to insert rows and columns using VBA, and also how to delete them using VBA codes. Now, if you want to insert a row or a column in Excel, the only thing you need to do is to go to the Home tab, then go to the Insert option here. So when you want to insert, you just click on the small arrow just below the Insert button here. It will give you an option of how you want to delete or how you want to insert your information. It can be inserting a cell, it can be a row, it can be a column, or it can even be a sheet. But our lesson, we are basing on inserting rows and columns, not cells and sheets. But otherwise, we are going to use rows and columns. So if you want to insert row, you can use this option. But in case you want to do it using the VBA code, that's the focus of our lesson today. So now let's go to our VBA editor and start to work there. Okay, so we have already created some level of code, and we've created a macro called insert rows and columns. And inside the macro, we have a routine, subroutine, and the object is insert rows, insert underscore row underscore column. So we have written some code here. So let me explain the code to you. Now, we want to insert. There's some cases whereby you want to insert a column. So if you want to insert, you see that when in Excel, columns are numbered based on we use alphabet to number columns. So in our code, anytime you see alphabet in a range, that means we are dealing with what? Columns. And anytime we see numbers, that means we are dealing with rows. So with this level of code, range in bracket B is to B means that the entire column of B or entire column B is what you want to insert. So if you run this code, it will insert a new column for column B, and it will shift this cell to the right, or this initial B column to the right, and we insert a new one for you. And the second one also means that when you run it, we are dealing with rows. So this one will insert a new row, and then the row number will be what? 1. So a new row number 1 will be inserted at the top here. That will shift this old one to the down to make it what? 2. So that is how to insert it. So you range it, you bring the range, then you bring your dot insert. Okay. Then there's some case whereby you want to insert an entire row too, using not just the whole cell, but a specific cell. Not just the whole column or whole row, but a specific cell. So this one, that one, you are going to use range. Then you name the cell. Let's say cell C2. So you come to the sheet, cell C2 is whereby you can have 54. Okay, so cell C2 will insert an entire row as cell C2. So the entire row will be here. So this will be the focus point. So the entire row where cell C2 is found, that means it will be on this row, the C row. The C column. The whole column will be what? Will be inserted. A new C column will be inserted for you. Then if it is a row, that means C2. So with C2, that means we are making focus on what? On 2. The 2 is what we are making focus. So the row 2, so C2 and the row 2 will be inserted for you. Okay, so now let's step into it and see the effect. Okay, so inside the code, let's go to our step into. Then you will step into it. So you see that first one is inserting a column and a new B column. So if you click on it, a new B column will be set up for you. Then if you step into it again, a new row will be inserted, which is at row 1. Okay, now let's deal with the other one. This one is C2, so where is C2? C2 is now where mass is, so it's going to insert a new entire column. That means a new column for C. So if you step into it, so a new column has been created again, and with the entire row, it will select, or it will insert a new row under row 2. So if you click on it, a new row 2 will also be inserted. Okay, so this is how we insert rows and column. Okay, now let's deal with something. There's another one thing you need to do. While we are inserting, you can also delete it. So now let's learn how to delete rows and column. Initially, when you want to delete row and column from your sheet, there are some ways you can do. You can just come to this column, this button here, just click on it. You select the cell or the row that you want to delete, or the column you want to delete. You come to this and delete the sheet row or the column that you have selected. Okay, you can also select the entire column from this the prompt number here. Let's say D, you want to delete the whole D column. Just click on it, then you right click. You just right click and select what? Delete. The same way you can select the row number here. You just right click and what? You select delete. It will delete the entire row for you. But now we want to learn how to use macro to do that. So now let's go back to our macros again. Okay, so with our code, we are still in the macro insert row model, insert row column model, and we have created a new subroutine, which is delete row, delete under row under column. Okay, so we have written some code here to save time. Now let me explain the code. The first line of code is saying that range C2. If you run it, it will insert an entire row, or it will delete an entire row. So for the entire row dot delete. So it's range C2, which is what? This row or this range. That's C2 at this, and that's the cell here, C2. But it will not delete only C2, but it will delete the entire row. So the emphasis is on the row number, which is what? 2. Now the second code is also telling that in case you don't want to delete just one row, but you want to delete more than 2 rows, that's where you set a range. So based on this, we are making emphasis on the number, because you are deleting a row. The row number is from 1 to 2. So if we run this code, it will delete row 1, 2, and row 3 for you. Okay, now when you come to the column 2, we have the first one. If you can select a specific cell, and it will delete the column. But here we are not making emphasis on the row 2, but we are making emphasis on C, which is what? The column, because we are deleting a column. So it will delete the whole C column here for you. There's some cases whereby you want to delete more than 2 columns. That's where you also set the range. So you say the range is A1 to C1, and the emphasis is on the letters. So A, B, and C will be deleted when you run this code. Okay, so now let's step into it again and see the effects. Okay, so we step into it. Okay, so the first one will delete column C. So if you run into it, or if you step into it, it's like, row C rather, row 2 will be deleted. Okay, so if you step into it again, you see that we have, this is a range from A1 to A3. That means row 1, row 2, and row 3. It will delete up to 4th row. So the 4th row will now be our row 1. So let's step into it and see. You see, now that's what deleted it. Okay, and the column 2 also, column C2 has also been deleted. And if you set it again, if you step into it again, you see that the first column to the sixth column, to the third column, A to C, has been also deleted. So that's how we can delete, and that's how we can insert rows and columns using VBA. Okay, so thank you, and I'll end here. Please, if you have any difficulty in executing this, or you don't understand anything in other lessons, you can just pop it up and we will tackle with it. Thank you all and enjoy your day. Bye bye.